Happy New Year! I'm Garnet, this is Eggs. Time to go over the 10 older anime I chose for this year's list. I watched a lot, so I think I have a pretty good selection, according to myself. 10. Real Girl Season 2. A romantic comedy shoujo made by Hoods Entertainment starting in 2018. I watched that first season back when it was new and took a while to get around to watching this second season that came out in 2019. Based on a manga by Mao Nanami. Hikari Tsutsui is an otaku who is satisfied with girls from games and anime and only has one actual friend who wears cat ears 24/7 until he starts interacting with an actual, real, 3D, made-of-flesh girl. Iroha Igarashi. It's a lot better than it sounds. The characters and story actually get pretty interesting, and I was pretty pleased with the ending. I won't say why, but I did not think I was going to be any kind of okay with the end. I thought it was going in a different direction. But yeah, that was okay. 9. Horimiya. A romantic comedy shonen made by Cloverworks in 2021. Or at least this version is. There's also some slightly older OVAs made by other studios, but I haven't watched those. I did watch and am including The Missing Pieces, also by Cloverworks in 2023. Missing Pieces, instead of being a sequel, is actually a collection of scenes that were left out. Based on a manga written by Heru with art by Daisuke Hagiwara, but that manga is a remake of the original where Heru did their own art. The OVAs were based on the original manga, and this anime was based on the remake. This love story is about popular girl Kyoko Hori, who spends her time after school taking care of her younger brother, and the quiet, bespectacled, he wears glasses, boy Izumi Miyamura, who actually has a lot of secret piercings, tattoos, and dresses completely different after school. I read some of the manga a long time ago before watching, so I knew it would be a pretty decent romance. I definitely noticed the missing bits that were later put into Missing Pieces though. Kinda bugged me that they couldn't get everything in order. I still had a fun time though. Wouldn't say this is like one of my top favorite romances or anything, but I liked it. 8. The Quintessential Quintuplets. I can't believe I can pronounce that. Okay. Another romantic comedy shonen, a harem this time, made by Tezuka Productions starting in 2019. There was just a special that came out in 2024, but I haven't watched that yet, so this cannot go on the other list. I watched everything else besides that most recent special. I watched everything. Based on a manga by Negi Haruba, which I've heard, I haven't read the manga, but I've heard that's even more difficult to tell the difference between the sisters in the manga. That's what I've heard, at least. And that kind of sounds fun. I already know how it goes, I guess. I wish I would have read the manga first. Futaro I don't remember how his name's pronounced. This was a bit ago that I watched the Hist. Uesugi is hired, let's try not to say his name again, is hired as a private tutor for quintuplet sisters that all suck at school and might flunk out. So yeah, that's our romantic options. 5 idiots with the same face. But seriously, this anime had me on the edge of my seat. We know he'll marry one of them, but since the face is the same, we don't know which one. We don't know at all during the first season, we don't know during the second season, we only find out which one in the movie. So it takes so long. He builds up, his relationship with each sister more or less evenly, some more than others. It leaves you guessing the whole time. It's very entertaining. This probably is one of my more favorite romances. And I'm realizing that I probably, as I'm actually talking about it, I probably should have switched the spots with this in the next one that's coming up. This is better than what I'm about to put for number 7. I'm stupid. Why did I do this? I ordered the list a while ago and I already disagree with myself. Yeah, don't excuse me, I am recovering from COVID actually, but don't worry about the order too much when I make these. I've said this before in previous years. Don't worry about it. I don't agree with me either. 7. Are you the only one who loves me? Oreitachi no game set. I promise we'll run out of romantic comedies at some point, but here's another one. A harem made by Connect, starting in 2019, but this particular OVA was in 2020. This is the ending. I watched the start of it a long time ago, based on a light novel written by Rakuda and illustrated by Buriki. This one is crazy, and I should have put it where I put it. The main character, Joro, keeps having these encounters on this bench that's conveniently always around, and they're supposed to be like confessions, but the girls like his best friend, Sunchan, instead. Or they're yelling at him or need something from him. It's a scary bench. It never goes well. One girl, Pansy, actually does like him, but she's very creepy. So that's what the title seems to be alluding to. Pansy being the only one who loves him. The girls are all supposed to be like flowers. They all have like flower names. The friend is the sun. The main character is a watering can. The show is a garden. There's another guy that's like that. He's basically a clone of the main character, but he's a hose. Because watering cans and hoses both water flowers. The show consists of getting to know all of the girls until this OVA, which I don't even know what to tell you about this, but it ends so funny. This ending is even why it got to be on the list, and I think it's why I put it way too high on the list. Also, this shouldn't be here. 6. Ranma half. That's how I say it. Are you supposed to say one half? I say Ranma half. Another romantic comedy harem shonen made by Studio Dean, starting in 1989. I watched the original 161 episodes. I haven't gotten around to the movies or the OVAs or the brand new show coming out right now. I'm not even close to done. There's so much. Based on manga by Rumiko Takahashi. Ranma is a boy that fell into a spring that a girl drowned in during his martial arts training in China. So now he turns into a girl when splashed with cold water and back into a boy with warm water. His dad has the same problem, but with a panda. And there's a whole bunch of other characters with different animals like this. Just everyone's drowning in China, I guess. Ranma's father also promised that Ranma would marry one of the daughters of the Tendo family, Akane being chosen against both her and Ranma's will. So now they have to live with them, and also all characters can fight. You know, I thought of Ranma as a pretty simple anime before I actually tried to explain it just now. Anyway, this is the last romantic one I've got on this list, and it's the most frustrating but also the most fun. This thing thrives off of misunderstandings and everyone being mean to each other, but everyone is so like over the top that it's hard to like be genuinely mad. Lots of slapstick, so much slapstick, lots of action. It's full of crazy situations. This one is the best one that I've watched so far this year. Definitely would have to be somewhere. I don't actually know how I would order my favorite romances, but you know, I think this one would be pretty high. 5. Psychopaths. A sci-fi dystopian thriller made by Production IG starting in 2012, an original anime that had a manga based on it. This is one people in real life, mainly my best friend, have been telling me that I should watch for a long time, and I took this long to get to it. Akane Tsunemori, we got another Akane in a row, is a type of police officer called an inspector, and is new to the job. She relies on the Sybil system, which keeps track of every single person's mental state to determine if they're capable of crimes or not, which means you don't have to commit a crime to be a criminal. And victims who are traumatized by a crime being committed against them are also treated as criminals because now they're mentally unstable. So, this is pretty dark. There are also enforcers working with the inspectors, which are potential criminals themselves, and the inspectors can shoot them if they want. Our other protagonist is an enforcer named Shinya Kogami. Also, the gun, the Dominator, scans people using the civil system and chooses for its user whether it will paralyze the target or kill them by making the part that was hit swell up and explode. It's really gross. I mean, they still can like choose whether to pull the trigger or not, but yeah, let me just let this gun choose that for me. So yeah, clearly right from the start, you get the feeling that this is the AI is evil story. And that's pretty obvious, and it gets pretty intense. I only watched the first season, so I guess I haven't really finished this one, but that ending felt very final and satisfying. Upsetting, but satisfying. I will probably watch the rest at some point, but that really felt like the end, all done. I didn't finish writing this? My script's... Why did I write? Okay. Garnet from a slightly different day here because I realized that for some reason for number 4 and 3 I wrote nothing. I skipped right to 2 and 1. I mean, I had what anime I wanted to put there written down, but you think I'm remembering these dates and studios by myself? I'm not. 4. Mob Psycho 100. A supernatural action comedy made by Bones starting in 2016, based on manga by One. Mob is a middle school boy who has ESP. He keeps his powers suppressed most of the time, but if his emotions build up to 100%, so do his powers. He works for Reagan, who Mob thinks is also a psychic, but he's actually just having Mob get rid of the evil spirits for him. It's okay, we still like Reagan. Can I just say that if there are 0 hot characters in a series and I still love it to this extent, it's probably actually fantastic. This is absolutely a series that will throw weird thing after weird thing at you, and I love it. There's also a character whose hair changes like so many times, and I have strong opinions about each one. 3. Blue Lock, a sports shonen made by 8-Bit starting in 2022. It has new episodes in 2024, but I'm not caught up yet, so that it's on this list instead of the other one. I will catch up though. Very into this. Based on a manga written by Muneyuki Kaneshiro, with art by Yusuke Nomura. Yoichi Isagi is one of 300 soccer-playing students invited to something called Blue Lock, which they thought at first was just gonna be like normal training. It's not. Japan needs to create the best striker for their team. Blue Lock is a competition, and if you're eliminated, you can never play for the Japan team. Big stakes. This show is so intense. It is scary. It's so dramatic. I didn't expect to feel this way watching a soccer anime. Also, it does the whole like, oh, teamwork is important thing that like all sports anime do, but it also does like a I'm the best and the only one that matters, screw everyone else sort of thing as well. Whiplash a little bit. I mean, the one making them do this is called Ego. Just a freaky little guy. The first opening sounds and looks like it should be for a horror anime. 2. Visual Prison, a musical vampire anime made by A1 Pictures in 2021, an original anime. Do I genuinely believe that this anime is better in quality than Blue Lock and the other anime I put this over on this list? No, I don't. I just had a lot of fun and prioritized that. This probably definitely belongs further down, but I just cannot bring myself to put it there. I loved this thing so much. I don't remember how to say this stupid guy's name. They said his name so much too. You know how often characters repeat each other's names in series like this? A Visual Kei fan gets involved with a bunch of Visual Kei performing gay vampires that have musical competitions called Visual Prison to please the scarlet moon that only vampires can see, which gives them scarlet tears that they need to collect at least 10 of to make a miracle happen. Everyone is so pretty. The story is full of drama and tragedy, but there's a good bit of humor as well. Most importantly, the music was good. And I don't know why anime and visual kei haven't been combined more often. There's so many musical anime, like why aren't there more visual kei ones? I would watch any that you throw at me. If you guys know any more that I don't know about, please tell me. And finally, number 1. Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. A fantasy comedy shonen made by Doga Kobo in 2020. Based on a manga by Kagiji Kumanomata. The Princess of Good Rest has been kidnapped by the Demon King. Oh no, send the hero to save her. She must be so scared. It's the demons who are scared. The princess is obsessed with getting a good sleep and will do anything she thinks she has to get it. Even decapitating ghost shrouds, she will kill them. I've already reviewed the manga. It's one of my favorite manga of all time, so it makes sense that I was probably going to like the anime a lot too. It does a good job at giving me the same type of feeling that I got when reading. Even though the princess causes so much chaos and stress for the demons, I feel at peace for some reason. Like everything's going to be fine. Everyone is friends. Everyone is lovable. Everyone is funny. The princess is going to get a good sleep just like I do when I read or watch this as the last thing I do before sleeping. And look at the teddy demons. The world works like it has video game mechanics. It's refreshing to get something like that isn't an isekai. Anytime someone dies, they can be revived by the demon cleric. The Demon King has set up scripted events for the hero to go through. Characters are aware of being boss monsters, stuff like that. It's fun. My only complaint is that there's not more. The anime is too short. There's only 12 episodes. The manga is still ongoing, so we can't go all the way to the end yet. But let's get another season, please. Please, more. Please, more. That's all for this video. Tell me what you think in the comments and what you watched this past year. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. And I'm sorry that this video was a little bit chaotic because I did not finish the script and I don't even agree with my order. It is what it is. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be the second list for anime that actually came out this year. Happy New Year!